What is going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with yet another video. Today we are going to be doing Platinum Beast Answers weekly series. I look forward to getting into the comments that you all left for me down below on this past week's video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so some super interesting content and comments that you all left for me on last week's video. So we are just going to go ahead and dive right on in. Be sure to get your comment down below on this video so that I will answer it in next week's video. And with all that being said, let's see who commented what. So up first, we have Silver and Gold Stack Attack. Says, found the copper segment interesting since I love it. Yes, it's gone up a lot and shortages could actually be a possibility in the next decade as demand is expected to be high, but you'd have to own it by the ton to really make much money on it. The rounds have actually gone up though. They're fairly collectible. Maybe copper mining stocks are where the money might be. Who knows? Yeah. Silver and Gold Stack Attack, I kind of agree with you on that. I know I have some followers that love stacking actual physical copper, and that's all cool and fine and dandy. I myself personally would just stick to the pennies that you find in circulation. However, copper mining stocks would probably be the best bet if you ask me what I think is the best overall. As far as copper, it will probably be years before we see huge major actual returns. Right now, I think it's probably about $4 or $5 a pound, and you know we need it to be $4 or $5 an ounce to really see some real gains, not pound. So, or at least troy ounce. So, it is a waiting game. It is a bit of a kind of speculative play, but you know who knows? Maybe it does go up to where it's $4 or $5 a troy ounce, and if that does happen, well then we will be proven wrong. However, I still agree with you. You know, copper mining stocks, they would go up if the price of copper went up as well. So that is something to consider and look more closely at. But thank you for your comments, Silver and Gold Stack Attack. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing more comments from you, my friend. Up next, we got Mr. David LeBlanc. David LeBlanc says, I really like platinum as its cheapest precious metal right now in terms of value. Plus, we are seeing falling supply with the growing demand. Example, renewables, which should push up prices. As platinum is a substitute for palladium, we should start to see it being swapped for the cheaper option. Yes, indeed, that is something that could occur in the automotive sector especially. And I mentioned before, but I'll mention it again. The automotive manufacturers are not going to tell us when they do the switch. Why? Because they want to get as much platinum as they can for as low a price as they can. So they're just going to do it. And we're just going to have to figure it out later. Somebody's going to have to crack open some catalytic converters or what have you, or an insider is going to have to spill the beans that this is what's happening, and then we will finally know about it. But by then it might be too late, so that's why it's good to get in early if you can and just go ahead and stack platinum right now. But that's a great point you make, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. I believe it's really one of the cheapest metals you can really buy right now in terms of the price of the metal, right? Not cheapest as in it fits every budget, because it doesn't. However, there are fractionals and there are ways to get into platinum if you are on a tighter budget, so to speak. But great comment nonetheless, David LeBlanc. I really appreciate it, my friend. Up next, we got Plumber Stacker. Says, I really enjoy when the channel owner responds like this. Great job. Well, thank you, Plumber Stacker. You are an awesome guy, my friend. You post some great content as well. Everyone should go check out Plumber Stacker's channel. He has a lot of auctions. He also posts a lot of content. Me and him think a whole lot alike, so if you like me, you'll definitely like him. And I totally agree with you. I think channel users really should do this kind of discussion with their viewers. And respond in a manner such as this. I know Salivate Metals does it. I know you do it a lot with your live streams and stuff like that. So that's really cool. I personally like this approach because I think it gives people the ability to just kind of go back and watch. And I leave these videos up for a week, and I usually get comments all the way into the weekend. In fact, I got a comment on this video, or this previous week's video, not even 24 hours before I posted this. So I like to put these up a week in advance, and I like to let people comment, and they can come back in anytime within the next week and see my response. I really like this approach. But thank you, Plumber Stacker. I really appreciate your comments, my friend. You are an awesome guy and an awesome content creator as well. So thank you. Up next, we got Pistol Packing Pilot. It says, great video, Beast. Fun question from me this week. If you could see any coin round made in platinum that's not already being produced in platinum, an example, American Platinum Buffalo, what would it be? Ooh, so that's an interesting question. I haven't been asked before. Let's sit here and ponder it a little bit. What would I like to see made into platinum? Well, there's obviously a lot of great options out there that could be made into platinum. I would have to go with, okay, so my first would definitely be the Libertad, right? I wish the Mexican Mint would start making platinum Libertads. Now there's a caveat to that because they have made a platinum Libertad. They made one single quarter-ounce platinum Libertad way back in, I think it was the 90s, and it was part of a set with gold and silver, and it goes for astronomical premiums. So I don't know that I will ever own that set. However, I would like to see them just make a regular rollout of platinum Libertads. I think if they already do all the fractional silver, all the 1 ounce silver, all the big silver pieces, and they do the gold, I see no reason as to why they couldn't also do the platinum. However, I will say their gold mintage is usually extremely limited, so maybe that's why they don't want to do platinum, because platinum they would probably want to keep that just so limited. But even if they did, it would probably be a little bit lower premium than the one ever made. So that's what I would have to go with. I really wish the Mexican Mint would start putting out more platinum Libertads. Now, what I will also say is I would like to see, what else is not made in platinum? I mean, a Buffalo, like you mentioned, would be really cool. I think that'd be awesome if the US Mint would do that. I can't remember, but I have a feeling they made a silver Buffalo. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments on this video, but I believe the US Mint made an actual silver coin Buffalo. I'm not sure. I know they made the Buffalo nickel, so that exists. It's not silver, but it's a Buffalo coinage from the US Mint. I'd probably also, I mean, they're starting to really roll out a lot of different coins, right? Like most people know I'm a big Queen's Beast fan, and so that was already taken care of when I really started getting into platinum. Let me think. Is there anything else I would like to see in platinum? Probably, that's a tough one. I'd probably like to see, that is a difficult one to kind of answer because I'm trying to think about who hasn't made platinum. I suppose having some platinum from, that's a difficult one. It's a really tough one to say. I gotta just kind of stick with the Libertad, right? They made the one Libertad the one time, but it's just so hard to attain that I can't bring myself to pay the premium. So I'd have to go with that, Pistol Packing Pilot. But what do you think? What do you think should be made in platinum that you haven't seen that has not been made in platinum as of yet? Let me know that down in the comment section below. A lot of coins that you don't realize were made in platinum actually were. There exists a platinum panda. There exists a platinum proof Kookaburra. Now, they're not minted every year. In fact, the Kookaburra, I believe, was only minted for 1 year. But those coins have been minted as well. So it's really hard to boil down to a coin that has never been minted in platinum. But let me know down in the comment section below. And anyone listening to this, also you let me know if there's any platinum offerings that you'd like to see that are not currently being seen, because I'd love to hear from you all on that matter. But nevertheless, great comment, Pistol Packing Pilot, and great question, my friend. I really appreciate it. Up next, we got Mr. Aloha Stacker. Aloha Stacker says, well, I didn't buy anything this last week and PT was up. I guess I'll have to wait until this week and see what happens. Well, it definitely went down, so let us know if you got anything. No new questions this week, but looking forward to seeing what questions come up. Thank you, Aloha Stacker. I really appreciate you always commenting. Even if you don't have a question, it's really nice to hear from you and the rest of my viewers on my channel. Just kind of dropping a hello or thanks or whatever really means a lot to me and really goes a long way in my book. So thank you, Aloha. I really appreciate it. Up next, we got Mr. Benny Benny. Mr. Benny Benny says, someone mentioned to me that the government could make owning gold illegal, like they did in the 30s. I don't see it happening, but if it did happen again, would it be worth it to smuggle it out of the country and get your money back? So, Benny Benny, I do not know your certain situation. I do not know what your circumstances are in life. However, I want to mention one thing that people don't really think about with gold and a sort of confiscation from the government like they did back in the past. So believe it or not, pre-33 gold at one point was illegal to own. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Perhaps you were allowed to keep a little bit, but I'm pretty sure people kept a lot more than what they were admitting to the government. Now, I also think it was illegal to own gold certificates, which was paper currency printed by the government, redeemable on demand in gold. I believe it was illegal to keep those as well. And so people kept them for so many years until the government came back out and said it's no longer illegal, but they're not worth gold anymore, right? They're worth $10, or, you can keep it as a collector's piece. You can buy and sell and trade it. So the government kind of went back on it being illegal to own these gold and gold certificates. So what my suggestion would be, well, if you could smuggle it out of the country and get your money back, I mean, that's an option, I suppose. Illegal option. So, but I suppose that is an option you could go with. However, as far as me and my situation, I would probably just hold on to it as long as possible. And then, like, if it came to a point where I'm getting ready to pass away and the government still has a ban on it and it's still illegal to own, I would find someone I very much trust and I would explain to them the situation if they didn't already understand how it all worked. And I would probably pass it down to them, whether that be my family, which I'm not married, I don't have kids, so that's not in the ball game right now. But if that situation were to change, that would be who it would be to. If I don't end up having a wife and kids, it would probably just be to another close relative or friend who I could explain to them the situation and say, hey, just hold on to this as long as you can. If things don't change by the time you pass it down to your kids or whatever the case may be. Because at some point, the government will probably come back out like they did and make it legal to own once again, right? So without any repercussions. So that's what I would probably go with, is just hold out until the government changes its mind again, which the government goes back and forth on literally everything. It really doesn't matter what it is, right? You get one side of the government wants to get rid of guns, you get the other side of government wants to make it easier to get guns. The same thing with really anything, right? Taxes, healthcare, whatever the case may be. One side of the government has one opinion about it. They do things a certain way, and then the next guy comes in and just changes it all. So I think the same would happen with gold, but that's just really my personal opinion, and it may differ from others. But I would never really probably give my gold back to the government. That's kind of why I like platinum. I see platinum as being the metal that the government just completely overlooks in some type of confiscation buyback situation. And so I think I'm best protected on platinum in that regard, right? Not 100%, but best protected. As far as the government taking people's gold back, I really don't just see it happening at all, really, right? If the government wants gold, they can buy gold, right? Just like everybody else. And they can just buy up as much as they want because they're the government and they have an unlimited amount of money. So I see no reason as to why they would need to buy gold. I think it's a much different time we live in, and I just don't see that happening again. People talk about it. I don't see it. I could be wrong. You never know. But that's just my thoughts and opinions, Benny Benny. I really appreciate your comment nonetheless, my friend. And let me know what your thoughts are. Do you really think it could happen? Or do you just think it might happen? Or do you not think it probably will happen? Let me know that down on this video. But thank you for your comment, Benny Benny. I really appreciate it, my friend. Up next, we got Sly Bry. Sly Bry says, I believe it's Sly Bry. You'll have to remind me again. Is it Sly? I think it is Sly Bry. Says, hey Beast, I'm still interested in your opinion of Monex. Do you think the U.S. Mint is done making 2021 Platinum Eagles? I'm not familiar with how rounds of production they typically do each year. So typically each year they just mint on demand, right? If demand is up, they'll mint more. If demand is down, they'll mint less. That's what's been proven year in and year out. When platinum demand is low, they don't mint as many. When platinum demand is high, they mint a whole bunch. And this year they have minted a ton. Now, I don't think they're going to mint anymore. That's just my opinion. It could change. But if you take a look at the actual official U.S. Mint catalog and their mintage for 2020, they minted a bunch in the beginning of the year and then they didn't mint anymore. This year, they've minted a bunch in the beginning of the year, and they have yet to update their numbers as if they've minted any more. So I personally think that they are not going to mint any more Platinum Eagles. So what's out there is out there, and I don't think they're going to add any more. That's just my opinion, though, and it could change. It really just kind of depends, my friend, but that's what I think about your question. As far as Monex, I did take a look at it. It seems like an interesting place to buy metals. I'm not so sure that I would go that route personally. It seems a little bit more of a place that gets you to buy into their company, and they probably will send you stuff in the mail or call you on a regular basis or what have you. I'm not really that familiar with the company, so I'm not really comfortable suggesting them one way or another. However, they do look legitimate. So as far as them being illegitimate, I don't think that's the case. I think they are a legitimate company selling legitimate precious metals. So if you find a deal and you're willing to go through any hoops they make you jump through, which I'm not saying they do make you do that. However, if they do and you are willing to go that route, then I don't see a problem with it. I think they are a legitimate company as far as what I have been able to come up with. But great comment nonetheless, Slybry. I really appreciate it, my friend, and I look forward to seeing more comments from you. Up next, we got Mr. Jack. Says, regarding copper, it's actually not considered a precious metal. I actually work in the semiconductor industry and make products to polish copper, the main interconnect material in semiconductor devices for the past 20 years. If it's worth anything, I haven't gotten a whiff at all that semiconductor manufacturers are worried about the price skyrocketing anytime soon. Even with the double up last year, it's still very cheap. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that aspect, Jack. I really appreciate your comment and your input, especially being someone who works around the metal. I kind of see the same thing, right? And I don't get me wrong, guys, and please don't just hear me say that I don't like copper as much and so don't buy it. I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying that my feelings are align a lot with what people have said in this comment section. Is that, you know, it most likely will take a while for the price to get out of hand. Things could change and anything is possible at the end of the day. And I always suggest everyone do their own research and come to their own conclusions. But that's a great point you make and a great comment, my friend, especially being someone who works around the metal on a regular basis. So thank you for your input. I really appreciate it, and it is very much valued, my friend. So, up next, we got Mr. Cash and Coins. Says, I thought I asked a question, but I think YouTube deleted it. Thanks, Platinum Beast. Have a great week. Yeah, YouTube's really getting kind of out of hand, and it's kind of driving me nuts, if you ask me. And guys, maybe I'm wrong. And Cash, I know you're a YouTube creator yourself, so maybe you can let me know if my channel's just jacked up or what. But what used to be the case was I used to be able to have a section, and I still have the section, that put comments that were held for review. And typically these comments had links, and a lot of them were scam or spam, right? They were WhatsApp. There were all these scammy websites that are just people commenting to get you to click to put a virus on your computer or whatever. So YouTube was really good about filtering that stuff out and putting it in that section for me to go back and look at. And I could hit the X, meaning delete, or I could hit the flag, meaning flag, or I could hit the check mark, meaning this comment is legitimate and your computer got it wrong. Well, now YouTube seems to be just deleting comments and they're not putting them in that section, and I don't see them, right? I have to be right there on the notification, looking at my phone or what have you to catch the comment before it's deleted. And YouTube's deleting these comments and they're not even giving them to us to review, at least not me. So I'm unable to see that. So unfortunately, Cash, if you did leave a comment and YouTube deleted it, I honestly did not get it, my friend. It did not end up in my review folder. Nothing. And it's kind of frustrating and it's kind of annoying because, you know, people are doing giveaways and people are doing random comment pickers and all this stuff, and some of the comments aren't showing up. So it's kind of frustrating. It's kind of annoying. YouTube needs to figure out what the problem is. I don't even know if there's a lot of awareness out there about it, but I sure do hope they fix it, because I would love to see those comments. Even if I have to go in and manually review them, I wouldn't mind that as long as I could see them. But nevertheless, Cash and Coins, I really appreciate your comment, my friend. And I look forward to seeing more comments from you. Everyone should go check out Cash and Coins. If you have not, he has a great channel, a lot of great content. And last but not least, Bob says, Australia had a platinum Kookaburra in 2011. Interesting. I think I saw that the other day. I think I was researching and saw that there was a platinum kangaroo, or koala, or not koala, Kookaburra, back in the day. So a full ounce too. I don't know what the mintage was on it. I can only assume it was fairly low. That was when platinum, I believe, was a bit higher in price. However, that's interesting that they decided to bring it back in a 1/10 ounce version. Maybe that will be just a one-off coin and it won't be a regular occurrence. Who knows? So you might want to get a Kookaburra if you can in the 1/10 ounce while it's available. But nevertheless, Bob, I really appreciate your comment, my friend, and I will have to do a little bit more research into that 2011 Kookaburra because that's an interesting piece. And you also left a comment saying Atlanta. I don't know exactly what that's in reference to, but as most people know, I am from the state of Georgia, and I'm not in Atlanta, but I am, I will say, metro as far as Atlanta, but that's the only major city in Georgia, so that includes a lot of the surrounding area. So I won't give it fully away, but Atlanta is Atlanta, guys. And that wraps up all the comments on last week's video. Again, guys, be sure to get your comments on this week's video, so I will answer them in next week's video. Thank you to everyone who stopped by and decided to watch the video today. Be sure to hit the like button down below. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with future updates on my channel. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, any questions you want me to answer on next week's video, and I will be sure to do so. And with all that being said, guys, until next time, we will see you.